Pressure
Right,
cooker,
right.
NFC quarterback edition. 1 to 10. 10 is the most, 1 is the least. Dak Prescott, pressure cooker, 2025.
10. I'm not sure there's a quarterback in football under more pressure than Dak Prescott.
How about them Cowboys?
Angry Cowboys Fan, are you down to ride? Angry Cowboys Fan, are you down to ride? Drop a like on the video, go ahead and subscribe.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and Angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. And as I've been fighting this whole negativity in my comment section about the Dallas Cowboys QB1, I stumbled across an intriguing topic on Pro Football Talk. Mike Florio and Chris Sims had a topic that I felt hit home for me as a Dallas Cowboys fan. The topic being, which quarterback is under the most pressure? Y'all know who both talking heads had as their number one quarterback, right? Rain Dakota Prescott. They had a really compelling argument as to why Dak Prescott is under the pressure cooker this upcoming season. So we're going to take a listen to the 3 clips that I got for y'all. Y'all know what we're going to do. We're going to come back and unpack this raw and uncut. So, Cowboys Nation, let's go ahead and take a listen to the first clip from Pro Football Talk.
I'm not sure there's a quarterback in football under more pressure than Dak Prescott. I really mean that. I look at it right now, and I look at Dak Prescott, where that team is. Everybody talks about the money he makes, the highest paid quarterback in the sport, right? Lack of playoff performance and winning in big-time football and big games. You take that. Injury, that's popping up too much. And again, like you just talked about a minute ago, the good ones stay healthy. That's just the way it is, right? So I look at it, and yeah, Mike, you know, I'm in the midst of unveiling my quarterback rankings today. And I'm just going to sit here and tell you this right now as I say 10. Like, Dak Prescott is definitely not one of the 10 best quarterbacks in the league right now. And he's the highest paid quarterback in football. And that's weird. And, of course, that puts more pressure on you. So, yeah, I'm putting it at a 10.
Cowboys Nation, Chris Sims is, I hate to admit it, absolutely right in his assessment when it comes to Dak Prescott. After missing last year, there's no way Dak Prescott can be mentioned in the top 10 when it comes to the quarterback position. His full body of work, yes, but last year, it bumped him down a little bit, Cowboys Nation. But y'all know what they say. The best ability is availability, and he wasn't available for his team last year. Week 8, going down to a season-ending hamstring injury and not being able to take the field really hurt the team last year. But keeping it moving in the second clip, Mike Florio gives his take on the QB1 and the way he feels he approaches his career. So let's take a listen so we can come back and talk about it. Roll the clip.
Well, he has worked the business angle as well, if not better, than Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
All because Jerry Jones has been his own worst enemy, dragging his feet, painting himself into a corner, waiting too long to pay Dak Prescott. The circumstances have allowed Dak Prescott to be emboldened to say, well, okay, well, I'm not taking that, so, or they don't want to engage me at all. All right, fine, I'll go play,
right,
and then I'll put them in a tough spot, and they'll have to pay me. Look, I love Dak Prescott, but accomplishments, they've had 2 playoff wins since he got there. 2. And as we know, they still haven't been to the NFC Championship since 1995. And he's had multiple serious injuries. And with other quarterbacks, we say, you got to be durable, you got to be durable, you got to be durable. That hamstring injury.
You know, Cowboys Nation, I wonder why people take it as a negative for Dak Prescott to get what he feels he's worth, to get the money that he's worth. Honestly, it's on Jerry and Stephen Jones to pay the man, and they paid the man. They believed there was something there in order to keep Dak Prescott at such a high number. They could have allowed him to walk, but they didn't. They could have allowed him to play out his contract, but they chose to make him the highest paid quarterback in NFL history. I'm sorry, but if you are a player and your agent says that you could become the highest paid player in NFL history, I don't give a shit what you say. You're going to take the money and you're going to run with it. You can't front like you wouldn't, because everybody that's watching this video would take the $60 million and run with it. But jumping real quick into the third clip, Mike Florio says something very intriguing when it refers to Dak Prescott and how he's covered by the 3- and 4-letter networks. So let's go ahead and take a listen so we can come back and unpack this raw and uncut.
Yeah. These are legacy issues.
Right.
These are justify
That's
your
right.
contract. These are not get called out on first take. These are, you don't want to become the darling of the debate shows where you're the constant pincushion because you're overpaid and you're under-delivering.
You don't want to be that pincushion, Dak Prescott. But these are legacy issues. Legacy issues, Cowboys Nation. You know what? Let's go ahead and get into it. Y'all ready for this raw and uncut? Y'all ready? Let's get it. Cowboys Nation, I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. These next 4 years might be the last 4 years with Dak Prescott being the QB1 for the Dallas Cowboys. These last 4 years have to accumulate to a championship, because if we don't get one within these 4 years, what would be the reason to continue to pay Dak Prescott top of the market money while he hasn't been able to get us over the hump? Especially with George Pickens joining the wide receiver squad and the Jones family finally decking this team out this year. They are giving Dak Prescott everything he needs in order to succeed. It's going to be up to him to ball out this year and help bring this team as close to a Super Bowl appearance as possible. I don't expect the Dallas Cowboys to go out there year one and take the NFL by storm. If it happens, hey, I'll be happier than a pig in shit. But I'm not placing such a hefty expectation on a team with a year one head coach and coaching staff. I'm actually looking at this year as building blocks to hopefully achieve something greater than the divisional round in the next 4 seasons. I've gone on record as saying if it takes Shoddy and the crew 4 years to win a Super Bowl, I would be extremely happy with that result. But y'all know I'm a supporter of the players on this team, which means I'm a supporter of Dak Prescott as well. He has a lot of the intangibles needed in order to succeed in this league. As much as people want to say that he's an inaccurate passer, he has a higher career completion percentage than Josh Allen, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, Patrick Mahomes, and yes, Jalen Hurts. How can that be inaccurate, Cowboys Nation? I've been fighting this fight ever since I started the Angry Cowboys Fan YouTube channel and voiced my support for Dak Prescott. Some people would rather move on, and I get that, and I respect those takes. But as a fan, I feel that Dak has a lot to offer the Dallas Cowboys as its leader and its captain. A hell of a lot more to offer than what's left to choose from in the free agency pool when it comes to the quarterback position. But as a Cowboys fan, we have to face the reality that Dak Prescott is an injury-prone quarterback. We have to face the fact that he is no longer a mobile threat. I mean, if he was a mobile threat to begin with, he is now the traditional pocket passing quarterback. Sure, he can escape the pocket and extend the plays with his legs, but if you're looking that you're going to get quarterback design runs by Dak Prescott, you better think again, because Jerry Jones is not going to put his $60 million investment in harm's way like that. Dak Prescott is the quarterback that's under the most pressure during this contract cycle. The reason why he should be under the most pressure is that he has what it takes to take a team to a championship, and he has come up short in doing so each year. Sure, he's led a team to numerous playoff appearances, but also contributed to a number of early exits from the playoffs for our Dallas Cowboys. One thing you don't ever want to do as a player is be the reason why your team didn't win. The 2 San Francisco 49ers games came down to a lackluster performance by our offense, and who does that type of performance land on the shoulders of? The quarterback. Even though a lot of fans understand that this is a team sport, some fans believe that the quarterback position makes everybody play better. They expect Dak Prescott to play hero ball while yelling at the other players not to play hero ball. You just got to make it make sense to me, Cowboys Nation. But let me go ahead and clarify my stance real quick. The reason why I go so hard in the paint for Dak Prescott is because I feel he gets a lot of the blame when the Dallas Cowboys fall short, because he's the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Tony Romo went through the same thing while he played, and now Cowboys Nation sees him as being one of the best quarterbacks in the franchise, even though he never reached an NFC Championship game. As if Cowboys Nation has revisionist history and is finally giving this man his props after bashing him his entire career. I see the same thing happening with Dak Prescott. Prescott. I didn't have a channel to take up for Tony Romo, but I got one now, and I'm going to go ahead and prop up the players and give constructive criticism when they need it. But I stick up for Dak Prescott because I see the unnecessary hatred coming from a number of people who say they represent the Cowboys, who say that they are fans of the Dallas Cowboys. Last time I checked, Dak Prescott has that star on his helmet just like the other 52 men on the roster. Jalen Tolbert has that star on his helmet just like the other 52 men on this roster. Mozzie Smith has that star on his helmet just like the other 52 men on the roster. Each one of these players deserves my support, and I'm going to give it to them. No matter what names I'm going to be called by the people who don't support Dak Prescott, it's not going to make me change my stance or position on the matter. It's not going to make me fan the way you want me to fan. I stand 10 toes down on this, Cowboys Nation. But I just feel that Dak Prescott gets the blunt end of the stick when it comes to the accountability of the entire team. Statistically, Dak Prescott is one of the better quarterbacks within the Dallas Cowboys organization as well as the NFL over the span of his career. Also over his career, there have been moments in the playoffs where he didn't play his best football, where he was more of a detriment to the team than the saving grace. You can't do that, Cowboys Nation. But he didn't help in that Green Bay game until it was too late. Him, Big Mike, and the offense was responsible for putting our defense in short field situations because of interceptions. Things like that can't happen when you're the highest paid player in the NFL. As a player, you don't ever want to be the reason why your team fails. I've said this, Cowboys Nation. And Dak Prescott has contributed to failure in more ways than one. That has to end this year, Dak Prescott. It has to end. But as I sit back and witness some in Cowboys Nation looking at other quarterbacks in the league and coveting thy neighbor's goods, we see Jaden Daniels doing his thing as a rookie, and now we want the dual threat quarterback. We see Lamar Jackson in action, and now we want what the Ravens have. Some never take into consideration bettering the situation in Dallas by surrounding the quarterback with great talent and a great coaching staff. It's no matter who's on the team, Dak Prescott better win with whoever's on this team. I'm sorry, but it doesn't work that way, Cowboys Nation. Not having the necessary pieces around your quarterback, but expecting him to win? That's nasty work. Real talk. Patrick Mahomes didn't do it last year, even though he had a great regular season record. Sound familiar, Cowboys Nation? But for me, I realize the Dak Prescott train may be on its last run, as if this is the last dance for Dak Prescott's Dallas Cowboys team. During these 4 years, he's going to have to make it count. He's going to have to play like he's never played before because the fate of the Cowboys championships relies solely on Dak Prescott, according to some in Cowboys Nation. But I was going to do this during a podcast episode, but hey, there's no better time than the present, right? I'm going to speak directly to our QB1 in Dak Prescott. Hey, I don't know if you watch the Angry Cowboys Fan YouTube channel, but if you do, please listen. Dak, I went to bat for you through your entire career up to this point. I'll continue to go to bat for you if you continue to show me that you have what it takes to win, and I believe that you have what it takes to win. One thing that I need you to do is spew confidence from your pores this season. This deer in headlights thing needs to be put to bed. Some of the fan base gets it, while the others don't. Some want it to be flawless, while the others realize that it takes yourself, your team, as well as the coaching staff and the front office to be great. So yes, you are under a lot of pressure, Dak Prescott. You continue to have the weight of the entire Dallas Cowboys organization on your shoulders. If the offense starts out slow, guess what? It's going to be your fault. If the offense continues to go 3 and out during opening drives, guess what? It's going to be your fault. If you throw a dot and it gets bobbled and picked off, it's on you. You're going to have to come out from this injury and play lights out football, because if we fall short yet again, you are going to get dog walked by your own fan base. If we fall short, you will hear that you shrink in the biggest moments. If we fall short, there will be no coming back from the ridicule you'll receive from our own fan base. I mean, we know that you'll hear it from the talking heads and other rival fan bases, talking heads like Stephen A. Smith, Dan Orlovsky, and Shady McCoy, but just be prepared to hear it from some in Cowboys Nation. Be prepared for some of our fan base to bash you like they have for years now. But to keep it a buck, Dak, This is about your legacy. Your legacy as a quarterback. Your legacy as the Dallas Cowboys quarterback. How do you want to be remembered after you retire from the game of football? These 4 years is the last ride for you. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to clam up and have those deer in headlight moments? Or are you going to take this opportunity to play better than you've ever played before? Are you going to take this opportunity to show Cowboys Nation and the rest of the NFL landscape that you are the right pick and you have been the right pick ever since you stepped on the field? Also, let me state this right here. When that time comes and I feel that it's time for the Dallas Cowboys to move on from Dak Prescott, you'll hear me voice my opinion. But what you won't hear me do is bash this man until they get rid of him. I ain't gonna do that, Cowboys Nation. Jerry Jones paid this man for a reason. So until he starts to really regress in front of my eyes, you will hear me screaming, "Here we go," until he decides to hang up his cleats. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. Cowboys Nation, what do you feel about what Mike Florio and Chris Sims had to say on Pro Football Talk? Do you feel that Dak Prescott has the most pressure out of the rest of the quarterbacks in the league? Y'all know how we do it. We always talk about it in the comment section. But if you're digging this content and want to help the Angry Cowboys Fan reach its goal of 10,000 subscribers, we are almost there, Cowboys Nation. We are this close. Drop a like on the video and please consider sharing it with anybody that you know is a Dallas Cowboys fan. If you are DC for life and you believe that Dak Prescott has what it takes to lead this team to where it wants to be, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release a video, podcast episode, film breakdown, or Madden 25 or College Football 25 gameplay. Even though they feel that Dak Prescott has this immense amount of pressure on him, Dak Prescott can use that as bulletin board material and motivation to do something great. A majority of Cowboys Nation believes in you, Dak. Now let's take this year and make the necessary steps in order to be a force to be reckoned with within the National Football League. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan, and I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys Fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.